Collective. It's Pallas with Spark to the Self for their astrological energy forecast, and this will be for the week of September 2nd to the 8th of 2024. Thank you for clicking on to my video. If you are a returning member, subscriber, or viewer, welcome back, Soul Family. It's good to see you guys again. I hope you are doing well. Thank you for all your likes, your shares, your comments, subscribes, super thanks, and donations. I truly appreciate them all. If you are new to the channel, welcome. It's good to see a new face here. Make sure you hit that little notification bell so that way you get notified of all uploaded content. And if you like my vibe, please subscribe. It definitely helps out the channel. Please keep in mind, I do oracle readings during this astrological energy forecast, and please keep in mind that they are general and for the collective, okay? So it's not going to resonate with everyone. So please take what resonates with you in your particular situation and leave the rest, okay? It is a general collective oracle reading that I do through these, okay? So please keep that in mind. Which opens us up to legalities, okay? Please keep in mind that Aspire to the Self channel and videos are for entertainment purposes only. That myself, the channel, and the business are not responsible for what a viewer decides to do with the information they receive from these videos. So please use your own discernment, okay? In the areas of legal, law, finance, health, mental health, please know I'm not an expert in those areas, nor do I claim to be. And if I mention them at all, it's just what my intuition is picking up on, or it's on the cards. And if it truly resonates with you, please ensure that you are speaking to those experts in those areas, okay? Aspire to the Self channel offers weekly astrological energy forecasts, such as this one, and intuitively led collective tarot readings. Collective tarot readings for certain planetary aspects, so covering a specific time frame in the future, as well as daily motivational shorts of messages from your higher self. I am also the author, V. Ulrich, of both fairy tales in my hand here. The Princess and Her Inner Voice, which is a fairy tale written for children about their intuition, what it is, how it speaks to them, and how if they listen to it, it can help them to overcome all obstacles, help them to heal from all traumas, as well as get them to their happy ending, whichever way that looks for them. Okay, it's a very self-love and self-worth based fairy tale. As well as The Dark High Priestess and The Prophecy of the Queen of the Unseen. This is a fairy tale written for adults about healing and overcoming from spiritual warfare and narcissistic abuse from family, lovers, and friends, and how to keep that inner flame lit despite any adversity you may be going through or experiencing, or going through experiences such as the dark night of the soul. No matter how dire your situation may seem, know that you always have a choice and that you are never alone, okay? There's always benevolent beings that are around you that are just waiting for you to give them permission to intervene and to intercede on your behalf, so that way they can provide you with guidance to help you fulfill your soul's purpose in this lifetime. Both these fairy tales are written in the Bard format, so think Dr. Seuss meets Grimm's fairy tales, like you could literally sing them if you wanted, okay? They are written and illustrated in such a way to heal and appeal to your inner child as you read them, okay? They're short, they're sweet, they inspire hope, and they make you feel good, okay? Both these fairy tales can be found on online retailers such as Amazon, Walmart, and Barnes & Noble, just to name a few. The Princess and Her Inner Voice is in its second edition print, which means that the autographed first edition as well as my products can be found on my website, which is www.aspiraltotheself.com. All the information will be in the description box below for your convenience, okay? As well as all of my social media platforms and pages, so that way you do not get scammed by people pretending to be me. This is my only YouTube channel, so if you see this video anywhere else and under the handle of Aspiral to the Self, please report and block it because it's not me. And as always, I begin each reading and each forecast with a prayer. I call upon God, Banja, Great Goddess Morgan, the Trinity Three, Lu, the Archangels, my ancestors, and the seen and unseen. Please only allow this reading and forecast what I call upon, which is high vibrational energy and frequency. If any lower vibrational entities, beings, or energy try to come through, I ask that you block, bind, and blind, and immediately return to sender, which will give you full consent to intervene and to intercede on my behalf, whichever way you deem fit. Please allow me to see what you want the collective to know and provide clear and concise messages. If any try to abuse technology in any kind of way, by taking a screenshot or trying to astral project, open a portal, remove your via monitoring spirit in the past, present, or in the future, I ask that you block, bind, and blind, and immediately return to sender, which will give you full consent to hold them accountable and bring them to justice. Please protect me, this video, the channel, and the viewers as I deliver this divinely guided message. Any curses, hexes, evil eye, black magic, witchcraft, or bindings, let they be dissolved, transmuted, and intervened with by the All-High. The sender's mask be ripped off, they'll be unable to hide. All their lies and deceit will become exposed and publicly known. Okay, collective. So how we do these videos, we go over the background energies, okay? So that covers an expanse of time, okay? So we're talking months. It can range from 3 weeks 2 months, okay, or even to the next year, okay? And then after that, we go into the aspectal energy, which can last from weeks to days, okay? And then we go on the daily, which is just lasting for literally a matter of hours, okay, that are the most influential throughout the day. And then at the very end, we do the chakra that's mostly impacted by it, or a chakra that you need to know information on, okay? So very beginning, we're going to talk about the retrograde energies, okay? This is the background, meaning that the retrogrades last for a specific time frame, okay? They can last for a few weeks, they can last for months, okay, and they can even go into the next year, okay? And a retrograde is essentially a pause, it's a slow down, okay? It's essentially the planet or the asteroid, one of the major asteroids, goes backwards in its orbit, okay? But essentially it's a pause, it's a rewind, because there's a particular thing that you are missing that you need in order to move forward. And this is at a collective level, okay? But it happens to us on an individual level as well, okay? Because collectively, many of us go through similar experiences, okay? Even though our paths may be different, okay? I know that's kind of hard to understand for some people, but believe it or not, there's many people who go through the same type of experiences and challenges in life, even though they're in different points of their pathway, okay? That's because they, it's just the energies that are prevalent, okay? Like, everyone always talks about the full moon, and there's people who, denounce that, or, believe in it, but then there's certain energies that really, truly believe in it. It's because it's just the energy, okay? It's the energy that, it does something to people, okay? It's the same thing with all the other planets. It's not just, the moon. It's just the planets that are the energy that's most influential, okay? So we have, starting off with Pluto retrograde, which will be in retrograde until October 29th. This is being committed to our inner transformation, okay? Pluto retrograde started out in Aquarius, okay? Pluto is right now in Capricorn. So at the beginning of this retrograde, we started with being very committed to our inner transformation. That means like being committed to heightening our consciousness as well as our vibration, okay? This is like people, if you've seen people taking better care of their bodies, getting rid of substances, stop using alcohol, stop using caffeine, because both of those lower your vibration tremendously. Alcohol actually pokes holes in your aura, and caffeine, just holding like say a cup of coffee, can lower your vibration, okay? It is a stimulant, yes, but it doesn't actually give you energy. It masks in your body your energetic levels, to make you think that you have energy, when actually you're really depleting yourself, okay, past the point of exhaustion, and you're keeping going, okay, and you ignore the warning signs from your body to slow down and to rest, which then brings anxiety, which then brings sickness, okay? So there's things like that. People are taking better care of their bodies, they're working out, okay, they're being conscientious of where they extend their energies to, okay, people, places, and circumstances, environments. People are, deciding that, which kind of social circles and groups that they allow to be in their energy, because they're being more cognizant of what's actually going on, who makes them feel drained, who makes them feel inspired, okay? Noticing, just essentially who we're around, any kind of negativity we're trying to get rid of. And I know I'm not speaking about false positivity. I'm not talking about that, because, you have to have both, you have to be balanced. What I am referring to, though, is people just essentially taking an overall scope of their life and where they want to be, and they're making the choices that they need to be. That's why you see a lot of people stop drinking. That's why you see a lot of people stop smoking. That's why you're seeing a lot of people being health conscious, like, wanting to eat clean meat or clean food, being more organic, buying from local butchers, okay, because they don't want to eat poison. Things like that. Like, people as a collective are being committed to their inner transformation, okay, being committed to doing that shadow work, to healing, okay, healing their subconscious, healing how they think, okay. But then Pluto has gone into Capricorn for a brief little period, and with Pluto being in Capricorn, it means there's essentially a transition in the workplace, okay. So this is where we are essentially going on a quest to distinguish ourselves and our responsibilities. So you're going to see a lot of people switch field, switch jobs, or this is going to be a time to use your abilities to enhance them, to work through them, okay? Maybe even have some disruption so you can shed light to new skill sets, new abilities that's going to distinguish you, okay? That's going to elevate you, level you up, okay? So you may see people that's transitioning jobs, either voluntary or involuntary. However, it's a way for them to utilize the abilities that's going to level them up, okay? Before, you know, it's like right in the middle of this inner transformation, okay? So we started with being committed to our inner transformation. Now we're just making a quick little, you know, transition, you know, on a quest to distinguish ourselves through our abilities, trying to level up, trying to, you know, follow our ambitions. But then we're going to go back after that to being committed to our inner transformation, because it goes right back in Aquarius right after that. So just notice that it's going to have an effect on the workforce tremendously, okay? Because people are going to be, you know, making some changes, okay? Because, and then you're gonna see a lot of people working harder, longer, okay? This could be where people are trying to, you know, get those promotions, things like that, new levels, again, to heightening themselves because they're committed, they're doing the work. They're going to take a brief pause and trying to rest and all that. They're gonna get while they can get, the phrase is getting while they can get and can be good, right? Or getting while they get and can be got, yeah. And then they're going to go back to resting, okay? So this is just like a brief little period where people are going to really be working hard. And you're going to see this because it's like, in the U.S., it's the holiday season, okay? Typically before Thanksgiving and Christmas, the logistics industries, okay, the shipping industries and the retail industries are very, very busy. So say if I was back in my old logistics jobs, this would be a very, very busy time for me, because all of those retailers, all of the shipping companies are importing or exporting their goods at this time to be readily available for those holiday seasons, okay? Because it's very, very busy. You know, like there's people writing new contracts with the steamship lines, with airlines, things like that, okay? There's you know, deadlines. You can even have things called premiums where people are paying a heightened inflation of a rate just so they can get it by a certain timeline, okay, to meet the demands of the consumers. So if you're wondering why you see in like, you know, like stores out there, like the Christmas and stuff early, like way before Halloween, it's because they've already started to import it to make sure they have it in time. And they don't want it just to sit in a warehouse, so they just put it on the shelves, okay? But they pay to bring it in early, and they try to bring it in as early as possible so that way they don't play those inflated rates called premium. Just a little snippet from the industry, okay? This is a very, very busy time, you know, to meet those needs, you know, in other areas as well. So just keep that in mind. So if you are going through a transition, know that it's for your highest good and benefit, and it's to get you to utilize the skill sets that maybe have been dormant for a while, or that you're going to be utilizing later, okay? That's going to really level you up and bring you further along your soul's purpose, okay? Then we have Saturn retrograde, which will be in retrograde into November 14th. Saturn is in the sign of Pisces, okay? Saturn retrograde is about karmic lessons, life lessons, okay? What is a karmic? Karmic is a lesson for your soul. You meet these individual, or you decide before, essentially you have soul contracts. You have soul contracts that are decided upon before you know, even come to earth, before you're born here, of people that you are destined to essentially meet or bump into along your path. This could be family, lover, friends, okay, work colleague. You meet with them, they teach you something, and by the way of pain, okay? No pain, no gain. This is a lesson that your soul has to learn for its soul's growth and its divine plan, okay? Each soul has its own growth journey, okay? And there's the ultimate destination of enlightenment, and each lifetime you learn something, okay? And it can even seem very unfair what we have to learn in certain lifetimes, okay? Because true hardship comes, you know, through pain, and pain teaches, unfortunately. But a karmic lesson here, okay? You're gonna have a karmic lesson that has to do with your self-value, so your self-worth. So that means essentially that someone in your life that you don't have in your life anymore, or you're cutting out of your life, has essentially given you no other option but to love yourself because of your own value. Someone treated you so poorly, so indifferently, or they went out of their way to abuse you or use you, okay, or make you feel like you weren't worth anything, that you had no choice but to save yourself because of your self-worth, your self-value. Think heavy sacral chakra energy, okay? And typically with Saturn being in retrograde, these people come back from the past, okay, that have taught you this lesson, okay? They taught you through them bringing you pain, betraying you or abusing you, that you had no other choice but to choose yourself because of your own worth, because they weren't showing you any worth, they weren't showing you any value, okay? That you get tested, essentially. Saturn is essentially a test. They call it a Saturn return. It's a test to make sure that you've learned the lesson prior to getting a blessing. Like, no pain, no gain. Once you learn this lesson, you gain. So essentially the universe gives you consistent tests over time, okay? And they come at different points in your life. And when Saturn comes, it's a certain life lesson for a particular area, and this is in regards to your self-worth, okay? And the information is going to come to you about this karmic lesson in mystical ways through your dreams and visions, okay? But it's also going to happen at a subconscious level, okay? It's going to get you in your feels a little bit, but it's ultimately going to change the way you think and view yourself. It's going to make you essentially know that you deserve more and that you aren't going to tolerate any less than, okay? Neptune retrograde, which will be in retrograde until December 6th. This is also in Pisces, okay? When Neptune goes into retrograde, Neptune is essentially the veil is lifted, the truth is exposed, okay? We're getting close to the fall equinox, we're getting close to Samhain, we're getting close to the winter solstice, which is when the veil is very thin. It's mesh-like, okay? The veil itself is very mesh-like, but it just gets very, very thin. Okay, and with that, it means that any kind of projections, illusions, any kind of lies, deceit, it gets exposed, okay? It all gets exposed. This isn't a time period for anybody to be trying to do witchcraft or to, project or to create any kind of illusions or to lie about someone in hopes of getting someone to be portrayed in a particular kind of light, because it will be exposed, okay? And because it's in Pisces, it's going to be exposed through your dreams and your visions. If you have been experiencing a lot of tiredness, okay, a lot of vivid dreams, a lot of just a lot of vivid dreams, or your visions are more pronounced or occurring more often, okay, it's because of this energy. A lot's being revealed to you in that state. It's not the subconscious level, but also the unconscious level. Things, all the red flags that you were missing in the 3D is going to be exposed to you when you sleep, when you or you're going to have something flash before your eyes during the day. Something's going to give you the information that you need, okay, in mystical ways. That can be through angel numbers, that can be through animal synchronicities, that could be like things that are just occurring, with you to your day-to-day. But you're going to see the red flags, and if you don't, you're going to see them later, okay? It's going to eat at you until you understand the messages, okay? So the veil is lifted, the truth is exposed. You're going to see a lot of people being exposed at this time for all their deception, their fraud, their plotting, their scheming, the things like that. There's going to be, people going to jail. There's going to be a lot of lawsuits. There's going to be a lot of court cases, okay? That's at this time because the veil is lifted. Whatever went on in the dark has been brought to light, okay, and justice will prevail. Then you have Chiron retrograde, which will be in retrograde until December 28th. Chiron is in Aries, so Chiron is the wounded healer. They take a wound and alchemizes it into gold in our lives, which means a wound that you have is essentially your source of power. It's going to bring you rewards. It's going to be essentially a level up for you. Okay, so with it being in Aries, that means we're going to be initiating the changes that's needed to alchemize and heal a specific wound that needs to be healed. That is going to essentially bring us to a pot of gold. It's going to be what levels us up in life, okay? You see this with like people that go through drug abuse or drug addiction, okay, that end up turning that into counseling. People who go through domestic violence, becoming, counselors or therapists, or they, have groups or they have charities, things like that. It's going to take something that was a pain for you and make it into a level of abundance for you, okay? Once you essentially learn that it happens for you, not to you. And I know saying that can seem pretty daunting, like you're like, what the fuck, especially if you went through some pretty traumatic things, okay, like DV or SA, you know, but essentially it teaches you something once you learn and get through that wound, that's going to be brought to a reward for you in some kind of way, but you have to heal it for this reward, this opportunity, this level of advancement to come in. Then you have Uranus retrograde, which will be in retrograde until January 29th of 2025. Okay, this is essentially making the changes that we need to be our most authentic self, okay? Because currently Uranus is in Taurus, which is its fall sign, which means that it's at its weakened or disharmonious state, which means right now you may feel like you can't be your most authentic self in a practical way, okay? So you may like shy away, you may try to put a mask on, okay? You may feel like you're being too intense or you're too passionate about something and people won't understand you, okay? But during this Uranus time, it's like, be free to be you, you know, do you, you know, who cares what people say? They don't pay your bills, they don't contribute to your life in any kind of way. Fuck other people, okay? But you're going to be making the changes to be your most authentic self. What layers can you get rid of? How can you heal to where, you know, you're okay, you are perfectly fine and swell to being seen in all your glory, right? So with that, we're going into the weekly aspectal energies, okay? And this is a big time astrologically. When I say that, I mean like there's a lot of energy going on, which is why I'm telling you like definitely practice some self-care, listen to your body, put the sugar, the caffeine down, okay? You really need to listen to your body so you don't get sick. We are in the time period of sickness. Kids are in school, you know, it's getting close to the holiday season. If you aren't listening to your body, you know, to slow down, to rest so you can heal, it will pick a day for you and that'll come through the way of sickness. So don't do that. Pay attention, okay? It's a lot going on. The energies are very, very heavy. And a lot of this is like an appointment with power. This is like learning through a struggle. This is healing. Again, these karmic lessons. It's doing a lot of inner work, you know, because during the seasons have specific themes for what we focus on. And say we're getting close, we're going from essentially late summer to fall here soon, because we have a fall equinox, which will be September 21st, okay, of 2024. Which means we're going to be, you know, getting the blessings from our harvest, but we're also going to celebrate with friends and family, but then we're going to introspect, okay? So it's like a lot of heavy energy where we're going to be thinking things, we're going to be pondering things, and that's going to make more sense when I get into the weekly energies. But it's very, very heavy, and it's very important that you at least take an hour a day for self-care, like meditate, take a nap, listen to frequencies, okay? Just be alone with your thoughts, okay? Get you some stones or get you some, I don't want to call them rocks, get you some stones or some quartzes or things like that to help ground you, okay? I do have a playlist of frequencies as well as guided meditations that can help you. It's called Sounds to Cleanse and Heal, something like that. So look for it. It's on my playlist. It's got anything and everything you could possibly need through there. I designed it specifically for you guys, okay, so that way you have everything that you need at your fingertips whenever you need it, okay, to help get you to a balanced state, okay? But to get rid of that stress, to get rid of that anxiety, to heal yourself, it even has things on there like distance Reiki, and it's got things like, you know, to listen to while you sleep at night to help heal your body with like alpha waves, things like that. So definitely check it out. So at the beginning of the week, we have some carryover energy. Okay, we have carryover energy at the very, very beginning where we may feel stressed at the beginning of the week due to the information we receive in our dreams and visions that will drive us to bring peace and harmony into our relationships. However, later in the week, we will be trying new things and doing things differently, okay, in order to bring peace and harmony into our relationships. So feeling stressed at the beginning of the week because, again, like that's that whole Neptune retrograde, and the Saturn retrograde energy being in Pisces. A lot's being revealed to us in the dream state, okay, as well as the subconscious. And you know, whatever you're finding out, it may cause you stress. Okay, it's going to provide you with the answers that you need in order to heal a relationship, but ultimately it's going to tell you later in the week of how you can heal your relationships by doing things differently. Spirit, what kind of stress is the collective going to experience at the beginning of the week to through their dreams and visions about how to heal and bring peace and harmony into our relationships? Okay. So again, your Akashic records are going to be open to you in the dream state. Okay, so your Akashic records are going to be open. 1010 could be the angel number that's significant for you. Look that up if that resonates. Okay, you could be seeing that a lot. But at the beginning of the week, essentially, you're going to have some wisdom from your Akashic records. Your Akashic records essentially is your book of life. It's all the information from your previous lives and one, okay? It's going to provide you with some answers, okay, of how to get past any kind of confusion of where you're at, okay, with your relationships, how to bring peace and harmony in them, because we have present power here, which means someone has been trying to control you or separate you from someone, okay? This could be power struggles within the family, within your, like, your friends or your work, or it could be with your romantic lover, okay? There could be some kind of power struggle here that's making you feel confused of where to go. Again, this could also definitely be playing into the Saturn retrograde energies, okay, the karmic lessons, because it's definitely coming up this week, where you feel like, you know, you're going to leave things behind because something's providing you with confusion, okay, when it comes to how do you bring peace and harmony to your relationships, especially when there seems to be these power issues, okay? And it's going to tell you, as well as your spirit guides here, your spirit family, are going to provide you through your dreams and visions how to quiet your mind and how to keep peace of mind during this time period. Okay, so your Akashic records are essentially going to illuminate things to you about any kind of confusion that you're having with it, whatever kind of power struggle that you're having in your relationships. And it's going to provide you with the information on how to bring peace and harmony to it through trying new things and doing things differently. Especially you have your spirit guides as well, providing you with answers on how to just quiet your mind, to meditate. Again, quiet your mind, meditate. Take that hour a day to have self-care, okay? Do the self-care so that way you can get the messages that you need, okay? But essentially you're trying new things, doing things differently. And then we have at the very bottom of the deck the presence of the divine. 444 could be the angel number that's that you're seeing a lot. It means that you are protected and guided and loved by the angels. You have the divine presence in your life here. So they're going to be providing you with answers on, you know, between your Akashic records, your spirit guides, and the divine on how to quiet your mind, how to get peace back, okay, with whatever kind of power struggles you're going through in your relationships, and how to get that peace and harmony back. And then we have some carryover energy for the past 2 weeks that's going to be prevalent throughout the entire week, so from September 2nd through the 8th, okay? You may feel stressed with being our most authentic selves in a practical way, as we can be very intense and passionate in whatever it is that we do, okay? However, later in the week, we'll have the optimism to bring more freedom by being studious, as we'll receive messages that will make us feel more sociable and to further pursue what makes us happy. So again, like you may feel stressed again with being your most authentic self because you feel like you may be a little bit too passionate, maybe too intense, and that could rub people the wrong way, or that's how you perceive it to be, that people won't fully support you, or in the past when you were your true authentic self, people just kind of turned away from you, or they felt you were too intense, okay? They were just intimidated by you. That's their problem, not yours, okay? However, later in the week, you're going to have the optimism. You're going to be like, you know what, I'm just going to do it, and it's going to come about through being studious. Spirit, this week, Spirit, how is the collective going to be in the spirit of being studious to bring more freedom to their lives? Being studious in what way to bring more freedom in their lives this week, Spirit? Again, so your Akashic records, whatever your Akashic records is illuminating to you, okay, as well as your spirit guides here. It says spirit mentors and teachers telling you to go through some kind of talent. So again, that could be music, that could be math, that could be chemistry, that could be painting, art, that could be gardening, that could be science, that could be playing some kind of instrument, it could be writing, okay? So essentially, Your Akashic records, again, this came out the last time I pulled cards. Your Akashic records are going to illuminate some kind of area for you to further pursue, okay? And it has to do with some kind of gift that you have. Again, that Pluto and Capricorn, distinguishing yourself through your responsibilities. You're going to be capitalizing on some kind of ability that you have, okay? And your talent guides are going to, your spirit guides are going to be showing you through your Akashic records, through your dream state or your visions, on what you need to further pursue, and it's going to provide you with more freedom in your life, and you're going to feel pretty good at being your most authentic self. You're not going to worry about how other people perceive you, okay? You're going to just pursue what makes you happy. So whatever it is that your heart's calling you to do, do it. But also, throughout this entire week, there's going to be an appointment with power, as our capacity and consciousness will be tested while we are intensely and passionately finding new ways of doing things at the beginning of the week. You're going to switch from that to being very tenacious and passive aggressive, okay? Later in the week, we will be optimistic and studious to distinguish ourselves through our responsibilities. Again, I just said that. But we're going to have this appointment with power where we are being tested, because there's going to be a switch of energy here, and that's because Mars is going from the sign of Gemini, which is being trying new things and doing things differently, to being in Cancer, which is its fall sign, which means it's weakened or disharmonious energy. When Mars is in Cancer, it means that we can be passive aggressive, okay? They're not very confrontational. They're very protective of their loved ones. They're very nurturing. However, they can be very tenacious. So that means like being very stuck in one spot, okay? So beginning of the week, you're going to, be trying new things, but then towards the end of the week, you're going to be kind of tenacious, okay? And you're going to be optimistic again through studying something that you're called to study, whatever your Akashic records, whatever kind of talent you have, what I just mentioned, whatever kind of thing that you're into, look further into it, and master your skill set, study, practice, things like that, so you can master the skill set, okay? And it's going to be, distinguishing yourself through your responsibilities. Like, how does that skill set aid you through your everyday life? Spirit, what is this appointment with power? Okay, where the collective is going to go from finding new ways of doing things to being tenacious. What is this appointment with power that the collective is going to have this week? What's going to test their capacity and consciousness? Other than like the switch of energies. Again, I can't even make it up. Again, your dreams and your visions here are going to provide you with peace, okay, on how you can achieve this. Again, mastering your skill set, distinguishing yourself through your responsibilities, mastering the skill set that you're being called to study, okay? There's going to be a completion, a reward, and your dreams and visions are going to be providing you with answers, okay? And then we have from September 2nd to the 6th, okay? At the beginning of the week, we may struggle to be our most authentic selves, as we feel we cannot do so because our personality can be very intense and very passionate. However, ideas will come to us in mystical ways through our dreams and visions that will aid us later in the week to have the optimism to be more studious, as well as distinguish ourselves through our responsibilities in order to bring more freedom into our lives, okay? There's going to be a struggle. So let's see what the struggle is. The rest is, like I said, it's the heavy energy of the week. It's that energy going from, Mars is the creativity and destructive energy. So you can either create or destroy something with it. And it's going from, hey, let's try new things, to like, what? I don't want to try new things. I want to just stick with the way I'm doing things, right? Spirit, tell us what's the struggle the collective may be experiencing this week with being their most authentic self? What do they feel they're too passionate and tense about? Okay, we have the Ascended Master, so that this could be your faith, okay, whatever it is that you do, but also has to do with your faith and moving on and letting go, getting out of this self-imposed cage and these limited beliefs, okay? Again, 444 is very significant. Freedom, being passionate about being free to be our most authentic self, to, not watering yourself down or flattening yourself just to, appease other people, okay? So you may struggle with this at the beginning of the week. However, you're going to understand through your dreams and visions with your Akashic records being open, your spirit guides, your spiritual family, telling you to pursue some kind of skill set to distinguish yourself through your responsibilities on how to get some kind of level up. Because remember, you get some kind of reward. You're going to complete something. You're going to achieve something through doing this, okay? But you may feel like your faith or whatever's providing you with this freedom of letting go or moving on from heartaches from the past or any pains or traumas, you know, you being passionately doing that. Like, this is like, you're passionate about not being stuck. You're passionate about not letting people sabotage you. You're passionate about not, settling for less than you deserve. Okay, you're very passionate about that. And you may feel like you can, just be yourself about that. Like, because people may misunderstand you. People may not like it. They may take it personally. It could hurt their egos. Who gives a flying fuck? Who cares? Who cares? And you're gonna have that same kind of mentality later on in the week. Okay, so the daily energy. So at the beginning of the week, we're going to have a new moon, and it's going to be in Virgo. Keep in mind, new moon and full moon energies are 72 hours, 24 hours before and 24 hours after. Okay, so we're gonna have a new moon in Mercury. New moon in Virgo, Mercury trines Chiron, and Mars squares Neptune on this day. Okay, so we are releasing and healing deep grief associated with painful endings. Our dreams and visions will provide ideas on how to overcome an obstacle by trying new things and doing things differently. Okay, this obstacle at the very beginning of the week of being our most authentic self. Okay. But again, we're releasing and healing deep griefs. That's maybe what you struggle with, because again, you're trying to move on. You're healing, you're moving on, you're letting go. And you may be too passionate about that, and people may get the wrong impression about you. It's just, you're trying to be your most authentic self, and you're trying to be your highest level of potential, which there's nothing wrong with that. Like, there's nothing wrong with that at all. If anyone's got a problem with it, it's because they benefited from you not reaching your full potential. Okay, so it's time to let go and glow, boo, okay, as we are ready to plant the seeds to achieve happiness as we are in a new period. So we are in a new period. I'm going to share a little tidbit that I saw here. So your news feed on YouTube or any social media, you can program the algorithm yourself, or it can, just be there. So for me, on my feed, not my subscription feed, my actual feed that can just have any and every kind of nonsense, I saw it was this message from the children of the night, the message to the Luciferians. Okay, no, I didn't click on that shit, because I'm not trying to be under any kind of enchantment. Not saying that everybody who is a Satanist or Luciferian would put witchcraft on their videos to make people view them, but you never know, So I saw it and I was like, it's kind of like when you're looking at different candidates politically and you're like, what's the actual message here? So you look at both messages. That's the kind of opportunity I took. Didn't click on it. I just let that shit ran through and I read the subtitles. Was like, okay, let's get the actual message here. Like, I'm of the light. I want to see what the dark has to say as far as like what they think we're experiencing. And literally this chick spent about a good 15 minutes saying the energy is not the same. Not the same. The forces you were able to call on, the things that you were able to do to people are no more. Okay, like, it's very hard to do, and she said it was to separate the weak from the strong. So you can't be doing witchcraft just on anybody and everybody anymore. You will get instant karma. You will get instant backfire. You will get instant ×3. Okay, you already get whatever you put out, you get back threefold, right? But the energy is not the same. Again, we are in the age of Aquarius, where it means that we are essentially in a revolution of the mind, a revolution of the energy. We are getting out of that 3D fear, loss, lack energy, and we're moving towards the ascension of being in that 5D energy. Okay, where we are co-creating with the divine. And there's actually like a lot more levels to this. We're just breaking out of the muck, like as a planet. We're trying to get out of the muck. We're trying to ascend to essentially humanity's destiny, because what our future looks like if we don't is we don't have one, right? So if we actually are, those of you who are called, who are following your soul purpose, your soul mission to elevate humanity in some kind of way, heightening the consciousness, okay, heightening the vibration, you're being called to do that. And it's to give essentially humanity here's what we could have if we apply ourselves, if we follow our callings, if we do what we're supposed to do, here's what we could have. Or you can have nothing, because you're about to have nothing, right? You're about to poison yourselves, you're about to have a slow and painful death, or we're in the nuclear age, someone's gonna push a button and it's gonna end it for all of us. So make your choice, right? Make your choice. But there's actually a lot more levels to this, and a lot of you who are called to are being in your soul purpose, okay? And not everyone's going to be of the light. There has to be a balance. There's dark and there's light for a reason, okay? But everyone who's being called for either of those, it's to bring that balance for that new world, okay? But it's getting out of the muck. It's getting out of the fear. It's getting out of that loss and lack that's created all the wars, created all the strife, that's literally like polluted and killed our planet as well as us, okay? So we're getting out of that so we can transcend to a higher level of energy, okay? And, you have the old forces of darkness or the old forces of light, okay? Which I wouldn't really call them light. They say they're the light, but they're not. They feed on fear. They don't want us to transcend to this next energy level. They don't want us to transcend to where we need to be, okay? So they're trying to hold on. That's why you have a lot of people doing like the curses, the hexes, the evil eye, trying to set things up, because you have to think certain families, certain things have been in power for a very long period of time, and they don't want to give up that power. It is fatedly for them to give it up. They will hurt themselves and they will expose themselves, But when I listened to this, when I read this, it was like the energy's not the same. You can't tap into the same forces. You can't call it the same kind of entities or deities anymore. You can't, just be out here cursing people. Like, you will devastate your life. Came from the mouth of a child of the darkness, so to speak. Okay, so it's, again, when we light workers say the energy's not the same, you can't be doing that. Like, if you were part of the past 50 years that lived off of stealing from others magically, like siphoning, being an energy harvester, a pedo of the spiritual community, if you were doing that, you can't do that shit anymore. You will be exposed and you will pay for it in the 3D and the 5D. They may even create a registry for people just like you. Yeah. You should be on a registry if you are one. I vote for that. You should be on a registry. You should have to tell people that you're that kind of sicko that does things in the dark to other people to rob them of their life force. You should have to hey, I'm a piece of shit. I like to steal from people. I'm a spiritual pedophile. Ha 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 ha. You should have to. I 100% vote for you to be on some kind of registry. Just my 2 cents. Okay. But if you're someone who does that, or you like to destiny swap, or you're trying to, curse people just because you're envious and jealous of them, this is not your time. Won't be your time for a very, 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 very long time. It's not your time. You had your time. You had your time to utilize it. It's up. It's up. Coming from your boss and coming from my boss, your time's up. Because see, anytime the divine has... you got to think God is the ultimate winner, right? Anytime that God and Lucifer have some kind of wage, they make a little wager, right? On if they can do, if they let Lucifer have whatever kind of reign here for however long, okay? It's a specific time period. God will always win. But they allow to happen what's happening. That time period's up. So all of you who were doing that, who were, all about it, kind of calling on all these entities, deities that are of low vibration that you sold your soul to or try to sacrifice people to, things like that, they're coming to collect because that time's up and you don't have anything to pay for at that specific allotted time frame. They're coming for you, right? Because everyone else is growing and evolving, right? We're growing and evolving. You, however, you are going to be stagnant. You are going to pay painfully, relentlessly, consistently for what you've done, because your time's up. You should have basked in it while you could have basked in it, but your time's up. Coming from your boss, coming from my boss. Just saying. Okay, September 4th, Venus conjunctions Lilith, Venus opposition North Node, and the moon will be in Libra. We'll be bringing more peace and harmony into our relationships that will harmonize any issues with healing these relationships without conforming and having overall self-acceptance. Okay, so again, we're trying to bring peace and harmony to our relationships though without conforming, without trying to, to water ourselves down or flatten ourselves to bring peace, to, wave that white flag. We're not doing that. We're not losing ourselves. We're not conforming to what other people wish us to be. And we're having that self-acceptance of, this is who I am, this is who I'm going to be, and if they can't handle it, then I don't need them, right? Okay? This may cause us stress when initiating the changes needed to be further in our life purpose. Again, not everybody can come with you, okay? So let go of hesitation, pick a direction that calls to your heart, and act. Mars is going to be in Cancer. Again, it's a fall sign of Mars, and this is going to be until November 4th of 2024. This is fighting strength and tenacity, being protective over our loved ones, and possibly being passive aggressive, okay? Trying not to start fights, okay, but fighting in a nurturing way, I guess. September 6th, the moon will be in Scorpio, North Node, opposition Lilith, and Mercury squares Uranus, okay? So Scorpio is the detriment sign of the moon. This is going to be this harmonious energy of being intimate with others or investigating what we are passionate about, okay? As we're initiating the changes needed to pursue our soul's purpose may cause us stress with a self-acceptance, okay? Learning to, to make the changes needed and trust that they're for your highest benefit and good, even if it comes with a little pain, okay? Accepting that you are worth this growth, that you are worth this ascension. You are worth it, so do this for yourself, okay? Just know that a conversation is coming where we will need strength to be seen and sociable, as we may feel distress around feeling like we cannot be our most authentic selves in a practical way. However, note this conversation will provide a reward once completed. Again, that goes into this appointment with power, as our compassing consciousness will be tested. Okay, when we said we will get some kind of achievement, we'll get some kind of reward out of this. Okay, it's going to be provided in our dreams and our visions, but just know that you're going to have some kind of conversation with someone, possibly a person from the past, where it's going to be a completion of a cycle. It's going to be, and with that completion of a cycle, it's going to bring you some kind of reward, releasing you from any kind of constraints, letting you move forward, finally closing those doors to these karmic people from our lives, okay? September 7th, Sun will be in opposition to Saturn. There will be stress as we face a karmic lesson. Okay, so again, from September 6th, there's going to be a karmic lesson around our self-worth, where we will need to get organized and detail-oriented, okay? Information will be revealed to us in our dreams and vision that it is time to heal any old heart wounds and reverse any faulty conclusions that are blocking us from our desires. Again, this conversation that's coming is going to occur between September 6th and September 7th, okay, because those energies interlap. It's going to be from a karmic lesson about self-worth, someone who literally thrived and whose purpose in your life was to bring you pain, to teach you this lesson of self-worth, and it means that you can't have this person in your life, okay? And know that this is going to heal some old heart wounds, okay, and to reverse any faulty conclusions that make you feel like you are unworthy of this new level, this new beginning, this new period, okay, your abundance, your blessings. Because trust and believe, and I feel like this is the funniest shit that I pick up on at any collective tarot reading, is there's people out there that think that you aren't worthy of a new beginning, that you aren't worthy of abundance, that you aren't worthy of a happy, healthy relationship, that you aren't worthy of your spiritual throne, that you aren't worthy of, say, if you're favored by God. And it's like, who the fuck are you to determine if anyone's worthy? Like, that's the craziest shit to me. Collective, if you've gone through a lot of hardship and trauma in your life, you're most definitely fucking worthy. And they may try to make it spin that you're not, because you've had all that. It makes you actually more worthy, because you didn't break, you didn't crumble, you kept that good heart, and you kept your light despite everything that people in this world try to do to take it from you. You are worth every bit of your good, of your prosperity, of your blessings, okay? Like, a lot of that was to build you, to prepare you for where you are on your pathway, okay? And that you were getting this new period. You're getting your second chance at life to have peace, to have love, to have happiness. And who the fuck are these people to tell you you can't have it? You know what they are? They're people who hate themselves and loathe themselves, and they have that 5-year-old mentality of, well, if I can't have it, why can't you? You could have it. It's called heal yourself, bitch. Heal yourself. Heal. Quit being toxic. You have no authority. You have no right to tell anyone that they are unworthy of blessings that they receive from God. Because, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, you're not God. They're not God, collective. And these people may have even tried to call down judgment or even curse and hex you and couldn't. So that should even be as fucking loud as you can possibly hear. You have no authority, no right, no business telling people or doing things behind the scenes because you feel they are unworthy of love, of happiness, of abundance, of blessings. You have no fucking right. If you've done your witchcraft, it didn't work. If you tried to cast down judgment from the All High to take it away and it didn't happen, that should be a fucking news, a flash, bitch, that you have no authority to determine what people are worth having and what they aren't. The only reason you hate that the collective has that is because you don't have it, because you chose the wrong side and you chose to hurt instead of to heal. You chose to hurt other people instead of to heal yourself. And you're living out karma or under divine judgment for what you did to other people to make them feel unworthy of getting anything in their life. And now you're mad that they're getting it despite everything you did. Fucking grow up. How the fuck old are you? Who the fuck raised you? Are my questions. Just know you have no power. You have no authority to dictate what anyone can have or are worth. Should be a news fucking flash to you, the fact that you've done all that you did and you still couldn't take it because you don't have no fucking authority. You're a peasant. You're a low-level flunky. You're a flying monkey. You have no fucking authority here. Trust and believe. You have no power. You have no authority here. God does. And if God deems that a person is worthy, then they are. And you're just going to have to sit there and swallow, boo. Then we have September 8th. Pallas goes into Sagittarius. So it went to Scorpio for a brief period, but now Pallas will be in Sagittarius until November 30th. And Pallas is the goddess Athena, the goddess of wisdom, the goddess of inventive war strategy. Okay, anytime Pallas comes up, especially in Sagittarius, you gotta think someone's going to jail. You gotta think there's going to be some legal repercussions for the shit people were doing. So with Pallas being in Sagittarius, that means we're going to be strategizing and getting inventive with our solutions to bring more freedom in our lives. So if anybody was trying to cause you any legality troubles, if anyone was trying to slander you, character assassinate, if anyone was trying to get you caught up, like trying to set you up in some kind of way so you went to jail, these people are going to jail because Pallas is here. These people are going to pay. And the 3D and the 5D, they're paying with karma, they're paying with their own shit-ass energy, they're paying for it. And Pallas is going to speak to you in your dreams and your visions on how to go about getting this inventive and creative solutions. That means people are going to be put in the right places at the right time to bring about this justice. Pallas is justice. She's war, but creative war, right? So the chakra that coincides this week is the Earth Star Chakra. The Earth Star Chakra resides, I want to say, about 12 inches a foot below your feet. Okay, your Earth Star Chakra connects us to the earth, our ancestors, and our Akashic records. Okay, it draws our power, our wisdom, our wealth, and our abilities. Okay, so this is where you're going to get your abilities from. Okay, like it says your Akashic records are going to be open this week. You're going to be, figuring out what your talent is, distinguishing yourself through your abilities. Okay, it's the fundamental seeds of our soul purpose and our tasks in this lifetime. It contains all 4 elements, okay? Earth, air, fire, and water. The yang function of this chakra is eliminating waste and channeling energy for real life achievement. Again, we're going to be achieving something through this karmic lesson. The yin function of this chakra is to receiving earth energy for the entire system. So the ability to ground ourselves, to feel one with the earth. It's our source of daily life energy. It dumps waste from our physical, emotional bodies and our aura. Dumps waste from our physical, emotional bodies and our aura. Energy in women is stored in the sacral chakra, our feelings and our identity. And then it stores our energy for men in the solar plexus, their self-esteem, their willpower, their confidence. This is the chakra that grounds all chakras. It serves as locking down of the soul. So another reason why I picked this chakra that coincides is because then the collective tarot readings, again, the forces of darkness are doing what the force of darkness does. Okay, when they run out of ideas, they go back to the drawing board. They're not very creative. They repeat. They repeat and repeat. That's forces of darkness for you. All right, they don't have any creativity. That's because their sacral chakra is shut down. Okay, because they won't stop trying to siphon from other people. They don't have their own energy. Okay, well, what they have is stolen. Okay, so something that you need to be mindful of is that people, if this resonates with you, this isn't going to resonate with everyone, but if you're starting to notice your feet, okay, we get problems in our feet. If you're starting to develop athlete's foot out of nowhere, if your feet are starting to flake, get like really itchy, or get your skin's coming off of it, you're starting to get wounds on your feet, okay, you're starting to get like hangnails or something in your feet as well. It could be an indication that someone is trying to siphon your energy from you or to put your Earth Star chakra at a misalignment. Why? Because again, if you're a woman, it's where they draw energy from your sacral chakra. Your sacral chakra is your life force. It's your self-worth. It's your creativity, okay? It's also your sexuality. For men, the solar plexus, your self-esteem, your self-confidence, your willpower, your ability to create boundaries for yourself energetically and in the physical. So again, this is, I call them Pete and repeat, because they did all the stuff they've done to you all this time and weren't able to take it from you. But then now, because we're back to fall, they do this shit every fall. It seems like they're going to start attacking your Earth Star chakra. Okay, they're going to try to make you feel ungrounded because they feel if they can attack this particular chakra, they can disrupt all of them. So again, practice self-care at least an hour a day. Ground yourself. Meditate. If you start, maybe wear stones like anklets, like tourmaline, onyx, obsidian, okay, that detoxifies, that wards off negative energy, that stops anything from trying to attach to you, okay. Think black stones, the better. Okay, or carnelian. Carnelian is a transmuting kind of stone. Okay, it can take negativity and transmute it to positive energy for you. It's also the stone that corresponds with the sacral chakra. Okay, or you can get golden healer quartz. Okay, which is very yellow. That's a stone that corresponds with the solar plexus, which also is a transmuting, healing stone. You can wear those, okay, you can meditate with those. Those are something that you should definitely use if that's something that you're worried about or that has been done to you in the past, okay? Because we know, again, Pete and repeat, when they don't have any other ideas, they go back to what they used to do, which is siphoning energy, and they take it from your Earth Star chakra. So, and I can tell you what that feels like. If you feel a whoosh of energy go down your leg, someone's trying to call on your energy, okay? So if you feel like, imagine, visualize, okay, my hand being like this close to your leg, okay, and going like this with it. That's how it feels, okay? I'm not touching you, but it's the energy of almost touching. It'll feel kind of warm. It'll prickle the hair on your legs a little bit. It'll give you kind of goosebumps. But if you feel it go down your leg to your feet, someone's calling on your energy and trying to take it from you. So keep that in mind. And when that happens, you say, I rebuke all lower vibrational entities, beings, or energies trying to fuse, attach, siphon, or call upon my aura and energy, or trying to ask, project, open a portal, remove, view, or be a monitoring spirit. I block, bind, and blind, and immediately return to sender. Then you can also say, I rebuke all thoughts, feelings, emotions, energies, and illusions that do not belong to me, and I surrender them to the universe of transmutation. Say that verbally, but then also say it in your mind. Okay, because telepathically you are telling the astral what you allow and what you will not allow. So something that you should do. Problems if this chakra is out of misalignment or malfunction: foot, ankle, and leg problems, weight issues, paranoia, neurosis, psychosis, vulnerability to outside influences. Again, people attack this because they're trying to essentially disrupt your auric field and your protection. They want to essentially put it in a state of stress, because if your body is in stress, aurically it's black. So you have like, it's very, very thin and it's black, and it means you're susceptible to sickness, diseases, spiritual warfare, things like that. Okay, it'll also make it to where you feel like overwhelmed all the time, where you're anxious, okay, scared. They're trying to plant fear in you, okay? And harm, it can make you vulnerable to outside influences and harmful spirits and people. Again, trying to do that. So again, this is not the time frame. If this is something that has happened to you in the past and you know someone's going to be doing it to you again, or you feel like you're being targeted, don't drink any alcohol. Get away from the caffeine. Caffeine lowers your vibration pretty significantly. Okay? Rest, meditate. Get you a black stone or the carnelian and golden healer, okay? Or rutilated quartz. Get something like that, okay? That will help you. Meditate with it. Practice self-care, okay? I'm not going to say definitely don't do drugs, but I don't consider the weed the drug, because actually when I looked it up, marijuana actually heightens the vibration, but it all depends on what your vibration is before you take it. So if you were a low vibrational person and you smoke or whatever, it only elevates you temporarily but brings you back down to lower vibration. But if you are a high vibrational person and you partake in that, it will keep you elevated high, but it's also, you can't do it in excess or do it all the time, okay? So just note that. But again, maybe do a shaman diet to cleanse, detox, eat fruit, veggies, limit your meat, salt, and sugar, and drink lots of water if this is something that pertains to you and that you're worried about, okay? How you can help this chakra is live as organically and chemically free as possible. Detox, ground often with feet on the earth. So it's called earthing. Take your feet, go outside and visualize. There's guided meditations on that playlist where you can visualize, like, think black as the negative energy. Think black and just like push it down all the way from your body down to your feet, okay? And push it into the earth. And then after you do that, visualize the grounding energy. Pick whatever kind of color you want. You can pick white, you can pick blue, and imagine that filling you, okay? As well as, source energy, which is like blue or white going through you. So visualize source energy going through you, through your crown chakra, okay? And pushing down any black into the ground, okay? So that way you can stabilize yourself. All right, collective. I hope I was able to provide you some clarity for this week and to let you know what's going to occur, to plant you some things in your mind, okay? Thank you for watching. Please stay tuned for a brief little snippet of the Dark High Priestess and the Prophecy of the Queen of the Unseen.